Hello everyone, thanks for welcome. I am Suk from Myanmar. So I am a GD for Android and currently working at Lomotech company. We do a media sharing platform for the content creators. So today I will be present behaviors, features and APIs in Android 30 and new features in Compose and app adaptability, adaptability for the large screens. Oh, okay. So Android 13, the final release is coming out. So currently in beta 4, it will be a final release for the stable release. So with this Android 13, there are behavior changes. As a developer, we would like to know how it can impact in our app. Let's check it out from the behavior changes. New notification starting for Android 30s and above. The new notification permission is opt-in. So the system will prompt the notification permission on the first launch to all newly installed apps. If user select the don't allow, then your app cannot send the notification until the user install and reinstall your app. So if you are targeting Android 13, you need to declare the user permission. By following the best practice, you should provide a rational information to before you request for a permission, and there is no limitation on prompting for a permission. In Android 13, foreground service notification will be appears in your in notifications area and which is can dismissible. So foreground service task manager, that means system will detect the apps running for foreground service and showing the right side picture under the app active libs, and user can interact with the foreground service manager. So once the user tap on the stop button right side of your application, it will be remove your app from the memory and then stop the media player playback if your app using, and stop the services and then remove the associated notification as well. So it's basically stop everything. Okay, so there is no callback at all. So as a developer, we would like to know, we need to know when the user stop the app. So new API is introduced called, you can use the application exit info it will provide the user information. Okay, long running foreground service notifications. System detects the app is running in the background for a long time, at least 20 hours within a 24 system prompt the notification to the user, like these apps are using for foreground service for very long. Then user can interact with the foreground service task manager. What's the different behavior between swipe app and full stop? So technically full stop everything. And in fact, swipe app only does removes the activity backstacks and remove the app from the histories. So what about the other permission changes? If you are targeting for the Android 13, app access find location is no longer supported. So instead, you can use the nearby Wi-Fi device. It's the same permission group of the nearby device. Google protect the user by location minimalization, like instead of getting the exact location. So when your app is targeting to the Android 13s and above, you need to aware for this new permission. So you need to add the maximum SDK version to the 32 for the backward compatibility. What about for the media permission? In Android 13, no longer support for the read external storage and the write external storage. So if you are thinking to target your app in Android 13, you need to know what your app is looking for, whether photos, videos, or images. And image and video are in same permission group. In fact, audio are in the separate group. So if your app is only looking for the audio, you can just ask the Reads Media Audio. For the images or video, you can request both or only when permission, only when a permission dialog will be appear. Okay, so if your app granted the read external storage, then the system automatically grant the all permission. But as a developer, we should declare one or more permission, depends on what our need, in case user uninstall and reinstall back your app. So it's for backward compatibility. You can add the one more line maximum SDK version to the 32 for your backward. And if your app using the body sensor, I think normally we don't use it, but in case if you use it, you have to be aware if you are thinking to targeting Android 13, you need to add the one more permission called the body sensor background. Okay, starting from Android 13 and above, and intent not mentioned will be blocked. This is the example. You can see if your app wanted to set the intent with the data without the specifying data element in the intent filter, it will be blocked. Meanwhile, it won't work. If your app targeting Android 13, again, you can expect the security exception will be thrown if you forget to use the new flag, receiver exported and the receiver not exported while registering for a runtime broadcast receiver. And what about for the battery life? In Android 13, battery usage will be appears in your app setting, and if you get unrestricted, that means your app can allow to do a lot of the background works, and the system will set the default optimize. System will set the optimize as a default, and that means you still can do the background work, but it will be a lesser. And the system will provide you the more background usage depends on how user frequently use your app. And you can expect to get the restricted. So if unfortunately user unrestricted your app, there will be a limit for a background usage. But user launch your app, then the system temporarily change the state, treat your app as in the optimized state. So meanwhile, you still can do the background works. So you wanted to check whether your app is in restricted or unrestricted. You can use this new API called Adaptability Manager. Its background is restricted, or user state manager get app standby backend for check the where your app is in. Okay, these are the behavior changes you need to be aware of if you are thinking to target the Android 13. New permission, Wi-Fi, and media, and then the interfilter will be blocked if there is no matching interfilter, and then battery resource utilization. Okay, let's check it out. What are the features and APIs in Android 13 changes? In Android 13, starting from Android 13, on best press API will be deprecated. So you can use the Herald time model, and which is technically allow the system to show the previous destinations. So let's check it out more. With this new behavior, Jetpack supports the new back API. Starting from Adaptability 1.6.0, you can invoke the on-back invoke callback for your custom navigation gesture. And you can declare the enable on-back invoke callback, and then the system will take over and play the sneak peek animation like here. Oh, sorry, this one not working. Okay, so system will take over. And just to remind, it will be a compulsory in Android 14. Theme app icon introduced in Android 13. So you can create the monochromatic app icon to support this. Okay, so let's check it out, the specification. I just realized I'm using the PDF presentation so that all the GIF didn't work out. Okay, so the monochromatic icon specification, it should be a vector drawable, and then container area should be 108 width and height, and the logo should be recommended size is 44 width and height, but you still can add to the 72. It should be a flat. In Android 13, user can able to use, and you can support for the par app local preference. So what is a par app local preference? You are allowed to choose the user for multiple language that you wanted to support. So, or you can use the API, then set the different language at a runtime. That means it won't be affect the system language. To get the multiple language to appear the multiple language like in this picture, you can simply create the local config file and then list down the languages you wanted to support for your app. Then simply call the local config in your Magnifier file. Then and then after the deployment, it will be able to appear and user can select just for your app. And you can use the new API called App Combat Delegate and Set Application Locals. So basically, this one can set the local in-app local language for your app. And then you can call the Get Application Locals API to know your application local language. Okay, so starting from Android 30s and above, the photo picker is out. So it's a new recommended way to access user photos and videos. And there is no runtime, there is no permission, and then no maintenance. And then the better UX to access the photos and videos. It doesn't feel like when you're trying to access the user video and user video and photo, it won't feel like it's going to the user photos. It will be popping up from the bottom to app, and then allowing you to choose the user photos and videos. So it's like better UX. And okay, so if you want to use the photo picker, it's very simple to implement. Just two lines of code will help you to select the user single photo. But you could want more selection. If then you can simply specify the maximum number, then add the additional one line, and then say how many the numbers of photos and video you let the user select. And then okay, so this is the callbacks from this is the callbacks from the photo picker, and then you can simply receive back the data depends on your mode, single or multiples. Okay, in Android 30s and above, new APIs introduced, which is the downgradable permission. What you can do with that is you can re-invoke your grant permissions. Whether it can be, you can revoke the single or group of the permission. So other changes is provide a preview for a copy content, and then you can hide the sensitive content you copy in, such as the password, and then programmable shader. So next topic, features and improvement in Compose. Compose 1.2, there got the 3 area improvements regarding the text. Downloadable font padding, text magnifier. Okay, so mostly we provide a different font style in our app for more comprehensive. So previously, we have to add the different font folders, a different font files in our stick with our app. So that's increased our application size. With this new API, you no longer need to support the font files in your app. So it will be a decrease in your app size. You can use this API to provide this. And in Compose 1.2, and included the font padding, so you can adjust depends on what you need. If you are looking for the right, like in the right side picture, simply use. Oh, sorry, cannot use. Why cannot see? Okay, so you can simply add the include font padding, adjust the true or false, depends on what you need. And then additionally, you can add the line height style, whether you wanted to alignment in center, left, or right. Okay, this is a cool feature. Starting from Compose 1.2, the APIs provide you to write the text magnifier, which is able to select the text easier. What about from the layout improvements? In Compose, starting from Compose 1.2, the lazy layout ability to do the customized layout like grid view, like in this picture. And then you can easily integrate by calling lazy horizontal layout or whether vertical layout, and then adjust the grid cells, depends on what you are looking for. And then started in Compose 1.2, nested scrolling is much smoother. And then the things like color spin toolbars are easy to set up. Go and check it out. And window, there is no extra dependency for the window inset because it's already included in the Compose 1.2. Okay, if you are the animation enthusiasts, I believe like you will be interested this share element transition. So this is currently in experimental. What it does, the ability for this API is can navigate in and out with the animation. So I cannot really demonstrate in here because I use the PDF slides. So you can check it out, this animation. And regarding the tools for your Compose development, Live Edit easy to enable in your Android Studio setting, and then it can immediately reflect the code changes in your physical device or emulator immediately. And okay, so why we are developing or integrating Compose, we are curious how it does under the hood. And then we would like to know the view hierarchy. For this, the new tooling called the Recomposition Debugging will able to see through the view hierarchy of your composition. Composable. And okay, it's a final topic. So okay, adaptability for all screen size. Google provides you a set of materials and quality guidelines along the way you're updating to all screen size. Android 13 builds upon Android 12L. So user experience multitasking for more powerful and initiative, and improve text bar for app switching, along drag and drop, and then the resizable window. So with these changes, you could be curious how your app is still compatibility with the devices from a different form factor. And then you could be assumption, well, it need lots of tons of changes you need to make for your app. For this, no worries. JetBrains collection will help you along the way. For example, the JetBrains window manager will able to provide the common API service, and then window metric call the window metric API let you know your current window metric, where your app is at, and maximum window metric. You can call the maximum window metric, like how much your app can go in advance. And the window side classes will let you know your device details, which is your app is compact. Your app is on the compact, media, or expense. So what is a compact, media, and expense? So compact is represent the portrait smartphone, and then the medium is represent the portrait tablets and foldables, and expense means the landscape, tablets, and Chrome OS. So based on that, you know how you can metric your app. And activity embeddings allow displaying two activities simultaneously, and along with the sliding panel layout, able to show side by side if the window side is allowed. And for the testing, no worry, resizable and desktop emulators are out, so you can try it for your app ability for the all screen types. So yes, thank you.